don't have to meet somebody anywhere I don't want to meet them, because at the end of the day, if I don't receive whatever they're giving me, I don't have to. And there's nothing wrong with that.
It's good to do things in groups because they'll hold you accountable.
It's the same with these TikToks and stuff. The money's coming, but it's coming fast. And just as quick as it comes, they spend it. So it'd be interesting to see the world in 30 years.
The best way to do anything, see any kind of group, is you have to take some inventory every once in a while. One of the things I learned is relationships are like dig into them, because that's all we have. Like money don't matter, jobs don't matter. How much weight we lose sometimes don't matter. But this that we have right here with us matters so much.
Come out to play.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You are watching Rebranders Podcast. We are so glad that you joined us tonight. Tonight's going to be a very fun show. So everybody do us a favor. Go ahead and click that button right now. If you're watching this after the show is live, do us a favor and click that button right now. Share it to all your friends. Also go to YouTube and don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. So if you're watching on Facebook, thank you. But also go to YouTube and subscribe. Back to New. I want to go ahead and throw that out there. Back to New on YouTube. Back to New. The number 2 New. All one word. Go subscribe right now. But anyway, let's get the show started tonight. We're talking generational curses, and it's going to be a fun, cool show. And we're going to hopefully break some stuff down today and tonight with y'all's families. Certainly within our own family. But anyway, let me go ahead and introduce the co-host that'll sit next to me. What's up, Helen? How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing well. Happy to be here. Thanks for being here, all those that are here. Yes, I have another podcast, my own podcast.
I'm not, thank you, Helen, so much. Yeah, it's good to see you, baby. It really is.
Girl, I almost choked now. Hey, y'all, sorry, exactly. Be great.
It's gonna come up a little later, so y'all pay attention to the show. All right. Anyway, let's keep it moving. What's up, Yashika? How you doing?
Hey,
how you doing?
Yashika.
Hi, everyone. I made it.
She made it. And last but not least, although he came in last, what's up, Ace?
No, this crab's in the barrel. Got to stop. What's up, everybody out there in TV land? Hey, all my folks tuned in tonight from Willacoochee, Georgia. I see y'all. What's up? Thank y'all for being here.
Who be naming these cities?
Hey, everyone.
When they pop up, I just give them a shout out when I see their locations pop up.
Right on. Well, hey, look, y'all. Tonight we have a really good show. The name of the show is Generational Curse. We're going to talk about some of those generational curses, and we want y'all to go ahead and click that button, and we want y'all to chime in. We're no experts, although we have done our research. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to give our opinions. It's going to be a really good show. We got lots of questions. Got a fun game we're going to play in the middle of the show as well. We want to know how well you guys know us, which is the reason why Yashika stopped Helen from answering something about her future podcast. So we'll talk about that a little bit later. But anyway, we're going to jump right on into the show. We're talking about generational curses. Let me change the background music because it's going to be a little bit more somber type.
Now,
that first song sounded like a drug binge. Like everybody just get some glow sticks.
I'm a be by Black Eyed Peas. All right, y'all. What is the generational curse? That's what we're talking about tonight. So there's an obvious definition of what generational curses are, but we want to give our own particular generational curses now, our definition. So I'm gonna go ahead and read the AI overview of what a generational curse is, and while I read that, I'll let y'all think about it and tell me what you think it is. But this just may actually sum it up pretty well. It says the term generational curse often refers to a negative patterns or behaviors passed down through families. While not a scientifically recognized phenomenon, the concept is frequently associated with cycles of addiction, financial hardship, relationship problems, and other difficulties. Hold on, I'm going to pull it up so you guys can see it as well. That's exactly what it is. Anyway, Yashika, what exactly do you think generational curses are? It says here statistics are not typically gathered or generational curses as a specific entity, but rather on the related issues that may be part of such cycle. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
For me, I think it's just the definition kind of sums it up for me. I know that's AI, But AI is on to something. You know,
Yeah.
I think a lot of times that for especially when it comes to like we talked about it before, drug abuse or financial or stuff like that, any type of addiction, you know, I believe, and my mother may or may not agree, is that we have an addiction on our bloodline. We've had an addiction on our bloodline. And I move with mindfulness because of that. So I'm careful what I drink or what I eat, or not necessarily what I eat. Now I am. But I make sure I don't smoke or do anything that entice me and put that taste in my mouth because it's already built in. And so I don't want to wake up. I don't want to poke the bear.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm careful about that, because to me, addiction's on my bloodline. So whatever that surrounding addiction, I believe that's on our bloodline.
Addiction, that's one. Ace?
I think it's unfortunately a group of negative learned behaviors throughout the generations in a family. And I say learned behaviors is because it's that pattern is taught, you know, whether it's intentionally taught or it's being learned. But negative is the key word.
Absolutely, that's pretty good. We'll come to that in a minute. So learned behaviors for you, addiction, learned behaviors. Helen, what do you say?
Yeah, I agree with the gang. I think ultimately, kind of alluding to what Ace said, it's learned behavior. So like our environment plays such a huge role in generational curses. When we're able to see certain behaviors continued to be enabled or endeavored or survived or whatever the case may be, but it's not overcome or no one's ever questioned it, it becomes a norm, and normally that results is not always positive, because then it's a generational blessing, or then you call it generational wealth. I haven't heard of another generational X or fill in the blank. But yeah, I think your environment plays a big part in you learning behaviors that can create generational curses. So, but it's definitely something that's a behavioral pattern, and it happens in your family specifically, not exclusively your family, but you seem like everybody in your family has it.
Behavioral patterns. These patterns can include things like addiction, relationship issues, financial difficulties, or even communication styles.
Ooh, communication styles, Lord.
Oh, yeah.
That goes a long way.
And that's
Very
such
long.
a subtle one. That's a subtle one.
And it's a trip, you know, whenever we talk about communication styles. I'm from a big family. You know, my mom has 50 brothers and sisters, and all of them have 10 kids each, et cetera, on down the line. So when we get together, we laugh, we talk loud. So I wonder if we talk loud when we go other places, because that's a communication style as well. All right. Also, it says here that it's not mystical. Generational curses are not supernatural curses or hexes, but rather patterns of behavior, beliefs, and mindsets that are passed down from one generation to the next. We're going to see a video about that a whole lot later. But that to me is exactly what generational curses are, and we're going to talk about that tonight. I'm going to go ahead and throw the next question and pose that out there. Now, are you breaking a curse, or are you a part of a curse? So you got, I guess, in order to know that you're breaking it, you have to recognize it, right? Or you have to know that you're a part of it. You have to recognize it too. Hey, I'm gonna throw that out there to you. Are you breaking one, or do you recognize one? And what are you doing to break it?
I am breaking. What I am doing is recognizing those patterns and recognizing things of the past, and just being real. Like I always talk about, you got to get naked and look in the mirror, and then being accountable. Telling yourself, hey, you're responsible for you. It don't matter what mama did, daddy did, none of that. You're responsible for yourself. And I think my kids are that motivation, because I make sure, I don't care what's going on in my family, they won't be a part of any type of generational curse.
That's a tough one for me, because I come from a pretty strong background. Welcome back, Yashika. Are you breaking a curse?
Mama of an 8-year-old.
Hey, before we move on, let me go ahead and go to the comments real quick. Deborah Goodson, number 1. Deborah, what's up? But followed by
what's up, man?
2.
Hey, what's going on, Mr.
Hey. Y'all keep the comments coming. So the question that we're throwing out there, we're talking about generational curses. Are you breaking a curse, or are you a part of one? Now, you talked about this earlier. Addiction is a part of a curse that you say you think is in the bloodline of your family. So you recognize that. And now you are completely breaking that. I'm not really sure what curse is in my family that I would consider one that I need to break, to be honest with you. And
Yeah.
I'm certainly not sure of one that I myself said, listen, I'm gonna break this one when it goes, further along in my family, my daughter, etc. But and Helen, of course, don't have any children just yet. But Helen, you are of the line of other family members. Is there a curse that you have recognized that you are now breaking?
I think my family has quite a few strong toxic behaviors. The curse one, I think I've been blessed to always avoid that, which is the women in my family tend to pick the wrong men, and the men in my family tend to pick women like the women they don't like, aka they mamas. And then it's just a cycle of crazy conversations and repeating the same conversations. But that's not the one I'm worried about, because to me that was an easy one to avoid if you really just pay attention to how people move. But for me, we have a very toxic communication style in my family. Super toxic. Like, we was called the B word, the H word as young as 5, 4. Like, that's just like, even now, me and my sister affectionately call each other the B word. And that's just how we communicate. When I'm back to Florida, I'm lying. I ain't never dropped so many B words, but I called my cousin who helped raise me B, because that's affectionate to us. Now, like, now that I'm a 30-year-old woman, I can say that to her and not get popped in my mouth. And I realized, I'm like, oh, we got to stop doing that.
Hey, so you couldn't wait to say it, like, I can't wait till I get 30 so I can call her.
No, it's not that I was waiting for it, but because I'm of age and I just witnessed that growing up, that older family members communicated that way. I knew I had, crossed into the threshold if I can say it, but that's not healthy. Like, we should not be talking to each other like that.
I think that is that you're on to something because you recognize it.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of times with generational curses, you don't recognize them. And for me, when Anthony said that, I think I kind of know that there's an addiction over my bloodline. And just like you said, Anthony, I've heard you say it many times, is about the alcoholic father and the twin sons. I've never heard that's one of the best stories I've ever heard, because it makes so much sense. And I can relate. It's very relatable to me and my siblings. It's just very relatable. Not all of them, because there's one on here that it's a decent human. All of them are. Just let me shut up.
Yeah.
Go.
Right.
Stop. Because then it feels like I'm disrespecting people, and I'm not trying to do that. I just know there's an addiction on my bloodline. I know that. I'm
trying to think of one. My parents, they're obviously watching right now. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there, even though they may be offended. I remember I wrote a movie, Yashika. It's called The Bishop. And The Bishop is a movie about me and some friends going to Charlotte, North Carolina. Actually, in the movie, it's going to be Atlanta, Georgia. We won't work on it. But anyway, we're trying to get $160-something million. 25 years ago, I didn't even have $20, but we were trying to get $160-something million. But anyway, I'm getting off subject. The point of me telling you that is, I got upset with my parents at that time because they were like, boy, it just don't make sense. It's wisdom. Not even really wisdom, just good common sense. But I remember, I never forget, I told my parents, I said, see, y'all got that old nigga mentality. That's what I said, y'all got old nigga mentality, and y'all just can't get ahead. I say all that to say, I think that's the curse of us, our people. And I think that I don't know, I think the generational curse is to understand wealth, finance. I mean, I think we have Jesus in us pretty strong. I'm not saying we good on that, but I'm saying we got that in us pretty strong. So there's some roadblocks as we as Black people, I believe, that it's something that I probably actually have to deal with. So I don't know. I think that's misspelled, but what's an easy generational curse to break?
Evidently, literacy.
Yeah.
Let's start.
I think. I don't know if there an easy one to break.
Is it a curse if it's easy?
Well, see, I think it's case by case, because what's easy to some might not be easy to others.
Well, I think whoever's calling it easy, right? That's we're using their definition. But to Yashika's point, that was my question. I don't think if it's easy, it can be called a curse, because a curse is a challenge by definition. It requires a lot of work to overcome. So if it's easy. And then I think that doubles down to Yashika's point, where there's a difference between ignorance and stupidity. So then if it's easy and you calling it a curse, are you not just stupid?
Yeah.
Wow. That's deep.
Girl, preach. Listen to
you know
her.
What? I like that question, and I'm going to keep that question going. We're going to take a real quick break, and when we come back from this break, I'm going to ask the question again. We'll see y'all in about a minute. Oh, by the way, So the Rebranders family actually has lost another member of our Rebranders family. Lon Boyce, he actually was an individual who's been on this show several times. And I'm about to play a video with both him and another individual who we lost within the last month. So just kind of pay attention to that. But anyway, I'll be back in about, I guess about a minute and a half.
It's diluted up to this time. Knowing what it means is a great thing, but that person is still insulting you with the nomenclature of being called a nigger.
Hey, now you really know Big Woo. You got to come down on my level now. Kid.
Nomenclature.
Culture is what carries captivity through generations. So when one generation agrees with a captivity mindset, they teach the next generation. And by the fourth generation, nobody questions it because it's culture. I do work in many nations and I realize that I go in and I can just tell the captivity in the atmosphere, but the people don't see it. Because what do they say? This is who we are. This is how we are. And so Satan wins the battle of capturing generations by locking it into culture. And that's why one of the first things you fight when you fight bloodlines is that you put the culture of the kingdom versus the culture of darkness and show them that, look, you're actually locked into this loop of captivity. The Bible says the life of a thing is in the blood. And Job was saying, in my mother's womb, I was fashioned in iniquity. And so you begin to realize that captivity doesn't begin from when you were born. Captivity begins from when you're being crafted.
Oh, yeah.
Wow,
That's very good.
wow.
That's
You know,
very good.
Wow.
As she was talking, that made me think about, in nursing, but in healthcare, you either have if a resident is having pain, or even if y'all are having pain, there's a chronic and then there's acute, right? If it's a chronic pain, it's all the time. It's greater than 6 months, is what they say. It's like it's all the time, and so you may have a backache, but after about 5 or 6 months, you don't complain about it anymore because it becomes normal. Your back just hurts and you're okay with it and you just let it go. That's just it. Acute is when it burns in the beginning. It's new. That's the new pain. But generational curses, just listening to her talk, made me think of a chronic issue. Like it's chronic, and it's so chronic that we see it as normal when it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
That's really good.
That's
That was
scary
good.
by definition.
Let's go to the comments. Tony Goodson said he would not listen. Yeah, I thought I was going to get that $160-something million. Big Cat says a generational curse it's been a stain on the culture that we try to justify in many areas. Some of us know it and others believe it's normal. It's a battle we absolutely face. I agree with you.
Right.
I think
100%.
I would change my thought.
Chronic.
And I would say that we as Black people don't necessarily have a curse. I think we as the United States actually do. Hence, us rebrand capital U, capital S. And I think that until the United States fix it, it's not going to be fixed. Because I don't think we as Black people can actually fix the problem that we consider a generational curse for our people in this country. It's just bigger than what we can do. Anyway, the question that I threw out there before we went to that break was, what's a generational curse that we think is easy to break? And, I don't think any of them are easy, but I think that some of them have different ways you can do it. For example, an addiction, for example, it takes I can't really say that either because they're all very hard to do.
Trying not to get
how I would say it is that, when people say they're clean, when people I've been asked before, are you clean? Yo, no, I'm not clean because I ain't never been dirty.
Nah.
So I think if you kind of know it's on your bloodline, if you're mindful of your family and your bloodline and things that's going on around you, you don't touch it. If you don't touch it, it's easy because you never done it before. So it's not something you long for, you miss. Addiction, you want it, you got to have it. But if you've never gotten a taste of it, then.
So what I was about to say is I think addiction is probably the hardest thing to break. Because you're always chasing that high on addiction, right?
Correct.
High or drunkenness or whatever it is, right? But like, for example, you got poor money management skills. People have, and that to me is one that it could be very easy to break. I guess it's not necessarily so, but it just seems like it's far, far easier than for example, addiction. So therefore, if you have a variation between those two, then that means there's another variation that's a little bit less than money management perhaps. And so now we get into what could be or what could seem easier, not necessarily easy. So that's what I think about when I think about that. What you got, Ace?
I was just thinking about when we were thinking about addiction and stuff like that, and I was like, it's because we talking about the negative and learned behavior, but I was thinking about the flip side, just like Yashika said, and I'm trying to think of what we would call that. We saw, well, I say we because she's saying we saw the effects, and that learned behavior kept us away from it.
Right.
And I was just pondering on it the whole time, trying to.
But you have to remember that learned behavior kept only a very small amount away from it.
Oh,
it swallowed up the rest.
Yeah.
So in order to keep from this small, because it's smaller than you think, that stayed away from it versus ran to it because that's all they know. It's chronic. That's all they know. Like that lady was saying, it's taught, so it's just normal. So you got to have the kind of thinking out the box mentality, I guess. I don't know.
What do y'all think before we play our game? Money management, and poverty. Is that a generation? I struggle through that.
Stanley.
Oh man, I'm gonna get a job over your shit. Hey, is money management and poverty a generational curse?
Yes. Yeah.
And is that one that can easily be broken here in America?
Very easily. As far as that, because it's a learned behavior. And it's just basically like, doing just kind of doing the opposite, because a lot of people who are some people are in poverty because they really are on that level, but a lot of people who just don't have that money, and I was saying they can't get ahead, those are people you always see drinking the beer, always smoking weed, they hair stay done, they always at the club, and it's like, well, no, you're not really broke, your priorities are mixed up.
They have no discipline. It seems to me, and Helen, I think you got something to say, but it seems to me like anybody that's kind of goal driven, you can eliminate a whole lot of generational curses, because the curse itself keeps you from achieving certain goals, but you being focused on the goal itself means that, okay, I got a deadline for this, I got to do this, I got to do that. So that means I got to block out some of the things. Drug use, I got to block that out. Alcoholism, money management, I got a trip to go on and I have to be on this trip, so I have to have the money, etc., etc. And then all of a sudden the curses seems like, if you really focus on that, and then you hand that focusness down, if that's a word, to your children, and all of a sudden they have a generational, I hate curse, maybe not curse, but hard work, as opposed to generational curse. They say if you want to teach your kids how to be successful, don't say, oh, my kid is so smart. Say, oh, my kid works so hard. So if you're telling them they work really hard, that gets them real focused on what it is they're working hard for. Helen?
I was just pondering if I think that money management and poverty are generational curses. And I feel like poverty is, but money management is not. And I haven't fully thought this thought out, so don't judge me. But when I think of poverty, I think poverty is the result of very bad money management. But I think poverty is like you literally are born into an environment where you're a family and you are already in negative. Like you already got a bill in your name and you just was born. Like how you already got a bill in your name? That's crazy. Versus money management, I consider the way we grew up, I thought we were in poverty, but now that I hindsight, we weren't in poverty. My mom just didn't manage her money because we always had a roof over our head. We had food in our bellies. It just wasn't the food that we wanted because my mama managed her money badly and prioritized different things and found creative ways to use food stamps. So, she just was creative with her money, when if she just managed it better, we wouldn't even been in that situation. But I think if I wouldn't have, my first job, I would have spent my whole check, I could have started a generational curse of poverty because my family also is very supportive, which is why I think they're different. I'm trying to break it down while I'm talking to you. I know I'm trying to land the plane too, because I know you don't.
No, sweetheart. No. But I was pondering it too, because when you said poverty is, but money management is not, doesn't poor money management create poverty though?
Yes, and that's what I was saying. Like, I think they lead to each other, but in my mind, I thought we were in poverty, but it's really my mom's bad money management. And so me paying attention to that, I've already changed that, because when I have kids, we're not going to be in that situation. Okay. If I would have then seen that continue to go, I think I would have started that curse of poverty, because now my mom was in it, I'm in it, and I'm not setting up for my child to know any better, because all I did was be like, I can live off the government. But they do lead into each other. So
it sounds
Sure.
Sounds to me that money management is the curse. Poverty is the result.
Yeah, one is the result. Yeah.
Poverty is the ocean. Money management is the,
Yeah,
is
yeah.
the-
You ever talk to somebody? You ever talk to somebody like they're on assistance and stuff like that? And I'm not gonna say no name. If I show over the black eye, y'all, they knew I was talking about. On assistance and find them a good job. Like, hey, look, I know this guy. Say, look at somebody, and they gonna pay you such and such, and they also gonna teach you, and that way you'll have opportunity to say, I can't make that much money. They gonna take me out my housing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You like-
poverty.
Did
That's
you
a
hear what I
poverty-
just said?
Listen,
That's poverty.
I worked with
It's
a
a
girl
mindset.
like that, and when she first said it, something in my brain was like, "That don't sound right." But because I'm so used to, that was how I grew up. I was like, "Yeah." But something about it now that I'm adult, I was like, "That sounds kind of crazy," but it makes sense. So you're right. But what? Like, how am I agreeing with you? Because no, what? Like, no.
Learn behavior. It's like they've learned how to be in this place, and they don't see anything past that because hey, this is what I know right here.
Yeah, I'm comfortable.
All right, y'all. We got a game we're gonna play. I don't have an opening, so I'm gonna create an opening. Let me go ahead and play it now.
Oh,
All right, so I don't have.
was
an
that the
opening.
opening? You could have beatboxed.
I don't have one. So anyway, look here, y'all. We've been doing rebranders for quite some time. I almost told how many years. I think I told at the very beginning. So if you joined us at the very beginning, then you saw it. We want to know how well you guys know us guys. Rebranders podcast, right? So I'm going to put the questions out. And as a matter of fact, well, hold on. Let me get an ink pen because we're throwing out t-shirts. Whoever can answer the most, we're giving the t-shirt away. Is that what we're doing, Yashika?
That's what we do.
Let
Or
me.
a bottle of wine. Let's let you pick.
Bottle of wine or t-shirt. You tell us which one.
She gonna
All
send
right.
that wine for sure.
Yeah, I
So,
will.
The audience of Rebranders, pay attention. These are questions about us. Anthony Goodson, the Ace, Yashika, and honestly Helen. All right. And I just gave an answer away of one of them. Mhm. All right. Are y'all ready for the questions? Of course, we know this is for you, audience. We know the answers. Here we go. Who on this crew has the most education? Who on this crew has the most education? Would it be me, Ace, Yashika, or Helen?
I should have worn my
First one to answer
graduation
wins.
cap.
You
I should have worn my
yeah,
graduation cap.
next time.
Yeah, maybe a little more studious.
This is for the audience. Oh, first question came in, and the person says, K-Ham says Yashika, and he's wrong. So we just eliminated. Tony
Okay,
Goodson
him
says
listen,
Ace.
baby. I appreciate
Hey,
it.
you know what, Mr. Goodson? You wrong for the show, but you right in life. Hey, you right.
Deborah Goodson says all have the same. So far, the first three are wrong.
Wrong.
So we know it ain't Yashika and Ace.
You
That
shouldn't
means it's
even
either
eliminate. You should just wait.
one of us got the most education. We may have to eliminate. We give y'all 5 seconds to answer. 5, 4, 3,
You know what?
2.
Wait a minute.
The people that answered, I wonder, was they trying to get a t-shirt or they after that bottle of wine? That's what I want to know.
That might be why I was picked first.
Well, the person who said Ace must have already started drinking that bottle of wine. And Deborah Goodson comes in with the winner. She says Helen, and that is correct.
Yep, it's
All
Helen.
right, now,
Helen
it's
has a
education.
master's degree. From where, Helen?
North Central University.
North. Very cool. So far, Deborah Goodson has one. All right, question number 2. Here we go. Who has traveled the furthest? Who has traveled the furthest? Joanne also says Yashika. You were wrong, Joanne. It was Helen. All right.
Come on, Miss Joe.
Of us 4, who has traveled the furthest?
This is a good one because I
It's a
think
real good one. Yeah.
Outside of the United States, who travels the furthest? All right. Kay Ham says Goodson. No, it's not me. It's not me. It's a good guess, though. I mean, I'll give you 25% chance. Helen says Tony Goodson. And yet he's wrong, too. Not Helen. And Deborah, once again, she comes in and says, I guess that's Yashika.
Wait, I don't know because that.
You know what it is. That's right, Miss Deborah.
Mr. Goodson, you typing shorthand?
Yeah.
We know what it says. We know what it says.
And the answer is Yashika. She has traveled. Tell them where you traveled to, Yashika.
I've traveled a little bit of different places, but the furthest was Nairobi, Kenya. Several times.
The motherland.
Yeah.
Joanne said Ace. You couldn't be further from
We need to
right.
we need to know, y'all. We need to do a rebranding in Nairobi. I'm telling you.
I'm second place, Joanne. Thank you.
Yeah, he is second or third. I think Helen's going quite far too.
No, Helen's next.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 3. How many Rebranders members are from the state of Texas?
Tejas.
How many Rebranders members are from the state of Tejas?
Tejas.
Ding, 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 ding. I should have played that.
We give it away.
Like, why you
Stars at night are big and bright.
And the answers are coming in. K Hemp says 2. K Hemp, let me write your
Yeah,
name
right.
down. You
Oh,
are
I hit it
correct.
on
K
the-
Hemp is the winner of that one
You
right
hit it on the
there.
head.
That's true.
Tony
That's
Goodson
true.
says 2. Andrea says 2. Deborah Goodson
Okay.
says 3. No, that's not
Ooh.
correct. And the 2 who are from
He
Texas are
said
the
that's
2
not
men.
correct.
Me and Ace are both from Texas. Helen is from Florida. And Yashika is technically from Colorado.
Technically.
Technically. But then, of course, she was raised in Michigan. All right. 2 came in. Joanne says 2. Deborah Clett says 0. No, we're all 2 of us. All right. So K-Hemp got that one. And up next, we have who was our last guest on this
This is a
Mhm.
good one. Who was
So
our
you know
last
what?
guest?
You should know.
I'll give you a clue. Can I give him a clue?
Yeah, go ahead.
I ain't gonna pocket rob you, brother. I'm just saying. Hey. That cracked me up.
I'll give him a clue too. He used all kind of different nomenclatures for sure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who was our last guest? And the answers are coming in, and we have so far nothing. First one comes in, gets it. So far, Deborah Goodson has 2. K-Hamp, you have 1. The wine is coming to you. We'll give you 5 more seconds. They may
get the
not.
wine and Deborah got 2.
And Tony Goodson says Kevin Woodson. That is
Kevin Woodson.
correct.
Oh,
You know what?
yeah.
I'm gonna give you credit for it too, K-Hamp. He said Kevin, Mr. Woodson. He came in pretty quick. Very good, very good.
Good job.
All right, yeah. And by the way, that last video, we lost 2 members of Rebranders. Lon Boyce was the other.
Aw.
Number 5. How many years has Rebranders been airing?
I saw what you did there.
Yeah, it was pretty nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. You picked that up. Should I say it again? Should I start all over from the top?
Yeah.
It's in their face. It's in their face.
And K-Hamp gets that one. Very good, K-Hamp.
Oh,
He
good.
has 3. The answer is
On
5.
the money.
Deborah Goodson says 5. Very good. You know what, Deborah Goodson, I'm gonna give you credit too. There we go. We got to
Listen, you
tie,
give everybody participation stickers.
I'm gonna give everybody. Deborah Collette, Lisa, you get 1 for that as well. All right, here we go. The answer is 5. We've been doing this for 5 years. Number 6. What's the most played game on Rebranders? And you have actually 2. Joanne says 4. You're
4
one
years.
off, Joanne.
Mhm.
What's the most played game on Rebranders? K-Hamp, you should definitely know this. Tony and Deborah Goodson and Deborah Collette, y'all should all know this. Joanne, you should know this one as well. The most played game.
Most
Five.
played.
It ain't spades for all my overly black folks out there. I'll give you that. It ain't spades.
It's not played. No.
I can clear it up.
Mostly black folks.
Oh, here we go. K-Hamp got it. Black card revoke is one
Yeah.
of them.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey,
it's
one
yeah,
of them.
right.
Tony Goodson says ace. He called you a game, I guess. Deborah Goodson.
I'm full
Guess
of
this
game.
song.
That's actually not incorrect though. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I'm full of
Yeah,
game.
Name that tune. 2 of them came in. No, that's not it either. It's actually Black Card Revoke
And
this
This
or
or
that.
that.
There we go. For all of our big fans. All right, here we go, y'all. Number 7. Number 7 says, what is the name of Helen Ann's other podcast?
I want to know too. Who is that?
it's only one in.
It's only one in. That's right. I was in a rush.
A generational curse of literacy.
How is this? I don't know.
She confused too. We all confused, Deborah. We all confused, friends.
What is the name of Helen Ann with 1 N's other podcast? If anybody is, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all a hint. Should I give them a hint?
But I give you credit for putting the punctuation right, even though you put the
I
extra
think
in.
K Hemp is gonna get it.
Tony Goodson got it. He said, honestly, Helen. That's it. Very good.
That's it.
Very good. He got it. All right.
Tony G.
Tony's my
Tony
number
G is
one.
paying attention. All right, y'all moving right along. Michael Jackson is whose favorite artist on this show? And you have to get it correct. You have to get it correct. What's your hand up for?
I know.
Okay. Okay.
Honestly,
Y'all
Helen, little late.
can call Annie and get the, no.
K-Hemp, I'm gonna give it to you.
Annie?
That's it.
K-Hemp, that's the correct answer.
That's the correct.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. K-Hemp is actually up 5-3. Deborah Goodson, you are falling behind. Let's see. They coming in. Ace and Anthony. Okay, Deborah Goodson. I guess I got to give you credit. All right, here we go. The next one says, what does rebranded stand for? What does rebranded stand for?
Tell me now.
Right answers
Whoever
only.
gets right answers only, and whoever gets this gets 2 points. How's that?
Oh, this is the wild card. Wow.
Man, this is wild card.
Y'all can't ask Chat GPT because they don't know nothing about us.
We stay under the radar. What does rebranded stand for? All right, I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna give y'all a minute to think about it. I know somebody's like, wait, I'm typing. I'm gonna give you a minute. Oh, wait, they came in.
What's that?
She is marking her place in line.
Yes, yeah, there you go. Just marketplace. We'll do that. And finally, the number 10 question is: what is Ace's favorite group to pick on in the AOA's portion of the show?
Y'all trying to get me jumped out.
There's a couple of
That's him.
What is Ace's favorite group to pick on in the AOA's? Here the answers come. K-Hemp.
Or
Hey,
the LGBTQ community.
Dina, that's another one, Dina. That is another one.
Dina's back.
What's up, dude? Y'all trying to make me out to be a monster. Oh,
Dina's birthday's tomorrow, y'all.
Hey, happy birthday, Dina.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Dina. Look at all these days. Oh, that is funny. Okay.
Y'all trying to get me jumped in public.
And what's
now I'm
funny
gonna
is
have to
they
do a
all
joke
got
about
the
some
right
gay
answer.
midgets now.
Okay. All right, y'all, that was a whole lot of fun. We're gonna come back to the other question.
Y'all did
real
good.
quick.
Y'all did good.
What does Ray Brandon stand for? We'll talk about that a little bit later. Very good, K-Hemp. You're the winner. We're gonna shoot you either a bottle of wine, you let us know, or
Tell
a
us what you want.
t-shirt. Tell us what you want. Y'all, let's keep the party moving. We're gonna go ahead and come back in just a little bit. She said, little people, that is correct. Little people is it. Thanks, just got home a little while ago. All right, y'all. We'll be right back after this message. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. The group Journey.
They put on a great concert.
But does anybody on here know a song by Journey?
Don't Stop Believing.
Yashika, what song would that be?
Same as Zach.
So you know this too good.
I know all of them. What I don't know is Dolomite.
Who? Dolomite, mother.
The Wiz.
It's kryptonite. It's kryptonite.
And Giant Turkey.
Just hang loose, blood. She gonna catch up on the rebound on the med side.
What it is, Big Mama? My mama didn't raise no dummies. I duck a rap.
Don't Stop Believing by Journey was voted the #1 song of all time.
How do we go?
Don't stop.
Come on.
Come on, 3 up here.
Yeah.
Absolutely wrong. Y'all feel about
Exactly
it?
wrong.
Billie Jean.
Dream On by Aerosmith.
Nah, bro.
Living on the Prayer.
We Are the World.
The Climb by Miley Cyrus.
Bye, Felicia.
Wow, that's a good song. Man.
My Black Car Gotta Go. It's a good song. Other songs, Hall & Oates, The Eagles.
The Beatles.
Absolutely. Come together.
What about Eye the Tiger? It's kryptonite. It's kryptonite.
How do you break a generational curse? What do you do? How do you close that door?
Great question.
Yeah, generational curses, familiar spirits don't happen by coincidence. There was agreement at some point in that lineage that opened the door to what was happening. So now, the same way that in the beginning God spoke,
right? Somebody has to speak against
Amen.
it. So the Bible says every tongue that rises up against you, it says you shall condemn. And I love that scripture because it first starts off with no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But then it goes deeper. It says, and every tongue that rises up against you, you shall condemn.
Yeah.
So, okay, yes, no weapon shall prosper, but how does it prosper? Somebody has to speak.
Wow.
And that's the place of prayer where you're now saying, I, in representing this bloodline, I'm coming out of agreement with this.
I didn't even know that was any more to the scripture.
Says somewhere somebody made a agreement. I was like, oh, that's
very good. We're talking generational curses right here on Rebrand Us, and we got a lot of questions we want to throw out there, right? What we want to do is break generational curses, and one of the curses I have is it a curse or is it a decision? And I guess it's probably the same thing. That's what I would say. It's a decision that you make, but it's sometimes way deeper than just decisions. It's in the bloodline. It's in the brain. Deep in the brain, and sometimes you just simply think this is right, and it's not a curse at all in your mind. You just think this is the norm. So what do y'all think? Is it a curse or is it a decision?
That's rough. I think at a point it becomes I think it's both up to a certain point. It is a curse, but I think at some point in your life when you decide to take a stand, it becomes a decision. You make a decision that is no longer a curse.
For me to even what I think to be cursed with the curse is maybe a decision that you're unaware of. What do they call it? Before he started talking, I had it, I forgot.
Subconscious.
An unconscious decision. You make these kind of decisions for your life, whether it a lot of times it's bad, because when we think of generational curse, or when you hear curse, it's all bad, and it's not good curse, So I think sometimes we make unconscious decisions just based on the curse that's already embedded.
Go to the comments. Dre Gilbert, what's up, Dre? He says Galatians 3:13. What's up, my main man? Deborah Goodson says we must know that Jesus has already redeemed us from the curse, but if you don't know it, you will continue to live under.
Ooh, I feel like it's Sunday at 6:00. That was some good. Hey, that was some good Bible study verse right there.
And I was gonna say, I think along those lines too. Well, along my line of thinking, when it comes to a curse, I don't feel like it is a curse if it's a decision. I think curses you don't have a decision. That's why it's a curse. Like you don't get asked, "You want to be in poverty?" No, cool, go this route. You just in poverty, right? If it's a curse. Unless you're the starter of the curse. So I don't think a decision can be a curse, because I don't feel like curses, you get decisions. The curse don't come around and ask if you want to be a part of it. You just a part of it.
I think as a child, I agree. But as you become an adult, at what point of your adult life do you stop blaming others for your misfortune? My son right now is in jail, my nephew that I raised. And one of the things that when I talked to him over the phone, he just kept talking about what nobody's doing for him and what everybody else is doing. But at some point though, you got to look in the mirror at some point. So you can't, if you dealt with poverty as a kid, okay, cool. He didn't, first, by the way, but there's people that deal with poverty and all this drug abuse and all this stuff as a kid. But at some point, you got to take onus of your own shit.
I agree. I agree. I think that's the beauty or the hidden beauty of the curse, though, is because you have to have that enlightenment for it to even be broken, right? Because if you don't have that enlightenment, this is what you're instilling in your kids. Because to you, this is normal. Poverty is normal. Or even to use being in, even you not knowing poverty, but all of a sudden you got this mentality, a victim mentality. Woe is me. The world is against me. I can never do right. If that's how you really feel,
because it's easy,
and you don't have that click, and you start having children, that is what you're showing them. Yeah, y'all, we in this situation because woe is me.
I think to a point, but for me, the world teaches, because for him, my kid, the world taught him that. I didn't. So the world taught him to be like that. I didn't. He didn't grow up like that, but the world taught him that so that he's comfortable with that. Why? Because he had the curse already embedded. Why? Because there's an addiction on our bloodline, is what I think. I could be wrong.
Preach, Yashika.
Was
She
that a
says.
decision or was that the curse? Like, what decision did he make?
I think it's both. I think it's both, and it could be an unconscious decision.
Tony Goodson says, I broke the curse, married one time. So we were talking about this yesterday. My parents, my uncles, and my grandfather, I think they were each married 4 times. My daddy was married once to one woman. And then, of course, Dre Gilbert, he says, you stop blaming others when you take accountability for your own action. I love it. Great. Dina says, you may be born under a curse, but you can choose to seek to break it. You can choose to do and be different. You know what? I said this on the show once before.
I agree.
The reason why I am not a no good son of whatever, is because my parents didn't tell me I was a no good son of whatever. The reason why I have achieved whatever I have achieved is because my parents put that into me to be, a person of achievement. So my sister as well, my daughter as well. And so that's what we instill. I believe that, unfortunately for me, whatever curse that we had on our bloodline was broken well before my parents got there. Awesome. I won't tell too many parental stuff, but I will say there are some children that were made outside of wedlock before my parents, on their parental side, they both sides, I believe. And you got to my parents and they have 2 kids by each other. And I don't know about myself when married. But anyway, it was broken. Some of those things were broken. Some of those genes were,
that whoremongering curse is hard to break. I'm the first to break it. Mine, married one woman, and I think about that. I say, man, I think that's one of those decisions that they make. It's like, I want to do this.
You're welcome to it, brother.
All right, y'all. We are running real short. I think we played that game a little bit too long. Let me go ahead. I think we got this video we're gonna play real quick. I think this video, we got 2 of them. You'll see in just a second.
The battles you refuse to fight, your kids will have to fight. Your inability to confront lust means your son's gonna have to fight that battle. Your inability to confront insecurity means your daughter's gonna have to fight that battle. Your inability to break the cycle of divorce and addiction off your family means your kids are gonna have to fight that battle. And I'm here to announce to you that it's time for you to begin to arise and fight. How many more generations is the enemy gonna take out in your family till you stand up and say enough is enough?
Girl.
Dang.
Girl. Who's that? What's her name?
Her name is Crystal. What's her name? I forgot her last name. She is actually the preacher of the church that I used to go to. Her husband, Ace, has actually been on this show, by the way. Sparks. Crystal Sparks is her name.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm gonna take some of these apps off my phone.
All right, y'all. Is education a part of the generational curse? One of the questions that we asked earlier is about us, the Rebranders crew. Who has the most education? Doesn't matter. We don't care about that anymore. Helen got more. Is education a part of the generational curse, though?
Yeah.
It's a big one. I think the Black community has definitely broken free from that. But I do remember hearing conversations. You don't need no education to do that. You see, I ain't got it. And look, I'm doing fine. And we have the money to pay for it. So instead of feeling bad about being poor, it's let's try and highlight that you can do without education. And you very much can. But something about having some letters behind your name do something to the people that's less melanated, and they, it just opens some doors now. So it also does things that we can't find.
And it also does things, however, to the people that is melanated. And sometimes it does things to those people too, which, in turn we call crabs in the bucket. because you have education and because you strive to want better for yourself. Some people love it, but others hate it and loathe, like really hate it. And because they hate you. Yeah.
And it's so
which
crazy.
You call them haters, by the way.
Right. But it's so crazy because it's education.
Look, Hamp is educated too?
Yes, I am the first in my family to earn a college degree, let alone a master's degree. Congratulations.
Hey,
reading that, is education part of the generation curse? And I say yes. It stings a little bit, but you have to be strong enough to not worry about them and know you got to focus. But when you hear everybody planning this big party and trying to see if we can get such to do the meet and all this kind of stuff because so-and-so is coming home from the penitentiary because he was in there for aggravated robbery. And you like, I graduated from college last month and I didn't see none of you I ain't get a congratulation. I just graduated from college. When we finna throw a shebang because somebody come home from prison, who probably shouldn't have been free, even though they did their time. But I'll digress.
Well, you know what? I think knowledge is power, right? Knowledge is power. That's not about education in itself, although it is education. So I think if knowledge is power, then we talk about the generational curses. What knowledge do I have of my family, my history, myself, right? Ace, we were talking about this yesterday. Self-reflection, what we do when we self-reflect. You know, some people self-reflect so very well. What am I doing wrong in this life? How was I wrong in this situation? And so I think that is probably the beginning of it, even more so than what college you went to. What knowledge do you have of yourself, of the situations around you, and where you want to go? Remember earlier we were talking about goals and all that stuff. So I think to me, knowledge is power. That's the beginning of the educational parts of breaking a generational curse. Let's go to the comments. Deborah Goodson says, yes, we believe in education now, but there was a time we didn't think it was a good idea because of finances. We thought that we would get into more debt. That's true. That's true.
And do.
So now, of course, we understand that education can be attained, and even back then, I think it could have been attained. It's just that that information, that knowledge, wasn't given to them. Y'all know in the 1970s, that I read the average person could graduate college zero debt if they had a minimum wage job. I know they were making $2-3 an hour. Most people are like, nah, that's not true. But that's where I read because education was so low. But we didn't know that because we as people, we thought education was so expensive because all we could hear is Harvard, University of Texas, et cetera, et cetera. I just paid for my daughter to go to a junior college for about 2.5 years or so. And I think I paid $700 a semester. Not too terribly bad.
Not too bad at all.
You can get the education. All right, y'all. As we get
time too. Wow.
As we get ready to wind this down, I'm going to ask these questions. I'm just going to say, speak on it. Here's a list of issues that we see in the world of generational curses. Influence, choices, toxic partnerships, relationships, no accountability, fatherless homes. I think Big Cat spoke on that earlier. Victim mindset and brokenness. Are these all generational curses? Speak on them.
Yes. Oh man, I think that victim mindset is and it's kind of hard because I know some people are like, well, you can't say that, but unaddressed trauma. It's like when you know there's trauma, but you're not trying to do anything about the trauma, but you bring it up anytime something happens. Well, you know when I was little. you know in junior high school such and such, you know Uncle such and such, but it's like you ain't doing nothing about it because
you know it's trauma.
Yeah.
Or is it a chronic behavior? Is it a something chronic that happened that became normal? People that's been through trauma know they've been through it.
The curse.
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Daddy issue.
That's a curse. Trauma that they don't even realize is trauma.
A lot of times you don't realize you have trauma. You know, something can happen and you realize you got trauma. Yeah.
Like that fatherless homes is an interesting one to me.
I was gonna say, I think that was kind of along the lines of where Yashika broke it down. The money management is the curse, and poverty is the outcome. I think toxic partners is the curse, and it wouldn't be fatherless homes; it'd be one parent homes, because there's a lot of motherless homes that nobody talk about, but there's a lot of single dads out here trying to do it because mama's just not present, or present and not present actually mentally there. You know,
Holiday Heart.
Michael Anderson, he's here. He says, my father was in my home, but about 98% of my friends wasn't so lucky. You know, fatherless home, I was not in the home with my daughter, so to speak. She had her mom's house, and there's no man in that house. And then, of course, I was a father on the outside. I wonder how does that play a part? Reason why, I've told y'all the story, and I won't go into details, but her grandfather on her mom's side told me a story of how he broke up with her mom, her grandmother, my daughter's grandmother. And, you know, he did all he could for his daughter, which is my daughter's mother, but he did it from afar. And so now I'm in that situation. So yeah, maybe a generational situation. Nevertheless, is it considered a fatherless home? Something I always think about.
Well, I think home is kind of home is a term we use, but that also can be substituted as being in the child's life. Because like how you said you with your daughter, My father wasn't in my home, but I don't think I could have had a better father.
Yeah, I feel that way about my kid's father.
And finally, ladies and gentlemen, is generational curse an American thing or is it a worldwide thing? Because see, in America, we deal with one thing, but in other places, they deal with classism.
I would say in some countries, generation curse take on a whole different thing. Because if you were born in poverty, that's where you at. There ain't no achieving, ain't no going up. You know, you are a coal mine worker. That's it. You know,
or 10 roofs from the cradle to the grave.
Yeah, that's it. There go your granddaddy gloves.
You hear me rhyming, Tony?
I heard. I picked up. All right, y'all. This has been a very fun show. Thank you so much for everybody who participated. Also, K Hamp, you are the winner. You got 6 answers correct. Deborah Goodson, you came in a close second with 5. Tony Goodson came in with 3. You guys should have actually won. Y'all have been here since day one. Okay, Hamp, we appreciate you even more so. Joanne got a few. Deborah Collette, she came in with a couple. All right, y'all. So let us know what you want. I think he said he wants the T-shirt so he can wear it.
He wants the T-shirt. Okay. All right. Cool.
Good deal. Let us know what size. You can send that to me in an email. All right. What's up, Dre? He said, what? Yeah, I think you missed the game. By the way, Tamara, what's up? How you doing? Thank you for joining us. Y'all, it's time for us to do that part of the game that we sometimes we'll see.
Hey, yo, who we got on the show next week?
I appreciate you for asking that.
And we're here.
Right here.
And another one. Yeah. Hey, yo,
What's up, Sheik?
Who we got on the show next week?
I'm glad you asked. You know, I had because of the game we played, I had a new gay midget joke, but I'm trying to break the curse. I'm trying to break the generation curse of talking to those people. So I'll be calling and talk to some more folks. We're actually gonna talk to representatives from the Free R. Kelly Association. They reaching out for extra help because evidently the efforts so far have been piss poor. Piss poor.
Right.
R. Kelly, she could piss poor.
Oh, I got it the first time. No, believe it or not, this one I got the very first time.
Right.
I know most of the times, but not this time.
Comments for coming in. Tamara, we love you back. She said, I love y'all, but Yashika more than others. Okay. We love you. Let's now.
I'm coming August 22nd. I'll be there August 22nd.
We all gonna be there August 22nd.
Can't help it. Dre, what's the number? What you give us, Draymond?
Hey, that LOL is enough.
That's enough for you. Tony Goodson gave us a solid 8. Okay, it's not. Well, there we go. We got an 8. So far, you're averaging an 8. Very good. Hey, y'all, don't forget, go to Back to New on YouTube and subscribe now. Please. Back to New. There's a new video coming out on Friday. It's pretty good so far. And also, honestly, Helen, go check her out. Tell them how you can how they can catch you on the podcast.
Just look it up on most streaming platforms. Honestly, Helen, as it's spelled on the screen. Season 7 just wrapped up. Appreciate your support. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Hey, it's all love. No crab in the barrel anywhere.
Not over here.
Dre gave you a
not over here.
Thank y'all again for joining us. Hey, look, next week we're going to have a really great show, a really good show. It's going to be a controversial show. It's not going to be piss poor, I tell y'all. See y'all next week.
Sometimes you got to go look at yourself and go, I'm ready to relinquish this.
I'm one of them people, hey, you got to give a man a day in court.
The underlining of all of it is authenticity, right?
She's making them money, so they gonna put the camera on her because she's paid.
I think the prize is the other person. We have not integrated in the United States. Start buying some of the things that we have to offer. Then we will see a difference in how we act as Black people.